Hi all, welcome to BLR Knowledge Center. In this today's session, we'll talk about how to push a Docker image to Docker Hub. In the earlier session, we have talked about creating of a Docker image for the .NET Web API, and also we have seen like how you are going to run image and creating container and then browsing the API endpoints. Now, in this session, we'll talk about how to push a Docker image into a Docker Hub. Let's get into the uh, programming here. I'm opening Visual Studio text editor here. So where I have my sample application with my Docker and endpoints here, some of the endpoints for location registration and other weather forecast controller. Now I'm building my Docker image here, Docker build -t. As I mentioned, this must be a Docker repository name. If you go on here, this is my Docker Hub repository. I have a Docker repository name was Docker 338. So this is the Docker Hub ID here, and you must specify that Docker repository ID slash sample API in lowercase, and then you say that current directory folder. Once it run this command, it is going to build the Docker image for your API, and you can see that image is coming here. Right now, we don't have any image in this, and once it is build image, then you will see a Docker image is going to show you in the Docker desktop user interface. So it will take a couple of seconds to build this, and based on the commands and the images you have mentioned in the Docker file, and with those commands, it is going to fetch the images from the Docker Hub, and then it will build your image. If you look at here in my Docker Hub, if you click on Explore, you will have all images here. What are all public and other language specific images here? All the images you can pull into your Docker file by giving the specific commands, right? So, and go back to our Docker image, and it's going to take a couple of seconds here. Still it is building because I have removed already created images and I wanted to build freshly, so hence it is taking time to pull the .NET SDK 6.0. That is what the line of code it is executing here, SDK 6.0. And let's wait for another couple of seconds and see like how it is running and creating. And coming to here, these are all the some of the exploring of stuff here, and you will see like oops, it's taking a lot of time. So these are some of the images you have already here in the public scope, and you can go and check it out. So what are all the stuff you require, and you just pick up that command line and mention it in your Docker file. And going back to our project, still running, and let's just complete this. Now the Docker image was created here, if you can see here, and you can check here by running Docker images. Now the image was created with 213 MB, and same thing you can see here in the Docker images. This was the image created, and you can run that Docker image if you want, and Docker ran. So that way you can know that whether the Docker application or the web API were properly converted to Docker image or not. This was generated and running now. And go back here and check for your web API here, 8080, and API locations. Now it's running. So I'm going to stop this, and I want to push this into my Docker Hub. So then go to here and just remove this container, and then this is what the image still it is in here. And what you have to do is and come here and say like docker ps no container, and say docker image, it was one image it was created. Now pushing off your docker image, then first you need to log in into docker login, and it is asking about credentials here, login succeeded, and then you need to push this into your docker hub. So as I explained already, this is what my docker hub, which I have already some images here. Now I want to push my sample API. This is simple API, and these are all different APIs. So I want to push my this thing also into GitHub, so that I can see like how things are working. So to do this, I think what you have to do is you need to first uh, basically coming back here. Let me tell you. Think open your application here, and just use Docker image here, right? So let me showcase this. And as I'll explain, this was not running because my stop now Docker here, Docker image. Then you use Docker push minus T or minus F here, Docker 3387 sample API. Now see like I think it's talking about EF. Let me go back and see here. What is the command? Docker push. I think you just push with username, password. I don't think it is not going to ask any option here. I think Docker push, Docker 3387 sample API, and just press enter. It is going to push the image into your Docker Hub, and it will take a couple of seconds again to upload all the relevant mounted images to a Docker Hub. And before uploading, this is how it looks like. You can refresh it here. And so far, nothing been uploaded here, and you just monitor and look at here, and so go back and see like how much time it is going to take. Now it is pushed. Now it was pushed, and go and see here and refresh your Docker Hub. And this is more my sample API. And you go and see here, I think this is what the sample API just now pushed. And this is how you are going to push your Docker image into a Docker Hub, right? And you again pull your Docker image using Docker pull command, so where it is going to pull that image into your local, and again same command you need to run it for running your Docker image to create a container. So I hope you understand the process of like pushing your Docker image into Docker Hub, and how it is pushing into your Docker Hub, and how it is having entry in the Docker Hub after you push the Docker image into Docker Hub, right? So thanks for listening this video. Please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.